Hi, this is Russ Benson. I am a Liverpool supporter, and you're listening to Drunkard United Football Show. You all need Jesus.
Yeah, clearly, because Jesus only gave you 3 minutes of stoppage time and hands out yellow cards for somebody taking a kick too quickly. So, yeah. Jesus must be a red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It usually is. What was the meme that was shared? It was 3 minutes when Liverpool are winning until Liverpool score when they're not.
Let's start the show.
Born in the land of Bowie, Maryland. Bred to be a fan of fucking Everton. Punch you in the eye and drink your rye. Sam Houston.
Sam Houston?
Arsenal fans have another Sam. Right day, the fucking Gooner Graham. Stump of a lord. Look straight in shorts. Sam Graham, hey.
Sam Graham.
Fucking United! Fucking United!
Hello and welcome to the DU Football Show, a completely biased recap of the English Premier League as told by two common American schmucks. I am your host, Sam Houston, and across the way from me, he's just an employee. My co-host, Mr. Samuel Graham.
Yeah.
How you doing over there, bud?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And I have seen that stand-up. It was pretty good.
Yeah?
The assistant manager, actually, is what he says, I think.
I got you.
My
Very
wife is the manager.
good. Yes. And, of course, on the ones and twos, we got producer Mel over there. How you doing, producer Mel?
I'm getting shit in the chats. Charbelli, GFC, this show has been pro-mess and all.
Yeah. Well, and then, of course, you're all Italiano over there sipping your spritz, so the world is a better place, right?
I'm living my White Lotus life.
Half down, by the way. She can't drink it that fast.
No, I'm like, let's fuck it. Done.
As
She muted the wrong person.
As she went to mute us. We're recording at the DU Public House just outside the nation's capital. You can check us out wherever you get your podcast. And, of course, streaming live every single Monday night. Should you want to chat with us, there is many ways that you can. Mr. Graham, tell the good people how they can get in touch.
Absolutely. It's at DU Football Show on all the social medias and dufootballshow@gmail.com to get in touch via email. Search DU Football Show wherever you get your podcast, and make sure you visit the DU Drip Shack to deck yourself out in all the latest fashions.
I love it. Of course, check on Instagram if you'd like to message us there. I've been checking that regularly now, so
Good.
talk to people there.
I have not.
Blue Sky as well, and of course on TikTok. Sorry I didn't get in a halftime check-in on Saturday. I ended up going to the Brew Hive for the Derby, then was running errands while watching Goal Zone, and then got home and the dog needed to be walked, and it was a weird day of never really kind of doing nothing at halftime, where I could have just been like whip up the phone and do a halftime check-in. So sorry, my apologies. I normally am very good about that. So I bear the responsibility for that one.
Okay. When I don't do something, I get yelled at and text about it.
Yeah.
I just trust you to do your job, that's all. And you didn't. So maybe I'll start checking in and making sure you're keeping up.
No, you won't. You won't even sound check this fucking show.
No.
Sam and myself both work in the wine and spirit industry and both have a deep, passionate love for all things distilled spirit. So as the red-blooded Americans we are, we vow to have a drink in our hand throughout this show and every single show. Mr. Graham, what are we enjoying today?
So we are enjoying something that came recommended to me by both Justin from All of You, as we've talked about many times before, All of You Liquors in Ellicott City, as well as one of my supplier reps, Thaddeus, who both have had this brand, the supplier rep for the Hogsworth we had last week. Anyway, Penelope, which we've had the whiskey on the show before,
yes, we have.
Straight whiskey on the show before, they came out with a pre-made cocktail at 76 proof, 38% by volume, so a legit cocktail.
Yeah.
We've got their black walnut old fashioned. And that is a straight bourbon, straight rye, walnut bitters, and vanilla demerara.
Yep.
Ready to pour.
Demerara is a darker brown sugar, more like, say, think sugar in the raw is the best way to kind of describe it.
Okay.
And
It's delicious. I think it's excellent. I would kind of prefer this, I think, either in the summer because it's a touch sweet, or go the other way.
And dessert.
Around a campfire or dessert. Because you do get a lot of that whiskey flavor. I mean, you do get the sweetness from the bourbon. You do get a little spiciness from the rye, although the black walnut bitters does cut that down a little bit. But being such a high proof for a pre-made cocktail, I think it's delicious.
Yeah.
I think they did an excellent job with it.
Yeah. I've also seen it done well.
This is one that I think we could polish a bottle off in, I don't know, 45 minutes.
Oh, God, yeah. Easily. The other way you could do it, too, is instead of using vermouth, use like a nocino, like a black walnut liqueur, and use that as well.
Rather than bitters, you mean?
Well, you can use the bitters, too, but a Manhattan typically has a little vermouth in it.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
What?
It's an old-fashioned.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And you said vermouth.
Yeah. That's because here's where, forgive me, when you said the black walnut, I started thinking of a black Manhattan, right?
Yes.
Which is with the Amaro, the Nocino Amaro, instead of using a vermouth. So that's where I made the mistake. So my apologies.
So it's an old-fashioned made with black walnut bitters, this says.
Okay, got it.
That's all.
Got it. Well,
Just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Perfectly fine. Very, very good. I really do like it. How much is run on the shelf?
This fucking cost me $25.
Oh, that ain't bad at all.
Nope. And that was full retail. $25. It didn't cost me that.
Right.
It's a store that gives me cost.
Right. But
$25 was the retail price.
That's very good.
It's fucking awesome.
Very good.
It's, for $25, I'd buy this regularly.
That's 2 weeks in a row with a couple of really good
couple of winners.
Value, like kind of value brand too.
But I would keep this on the bar just for like coming home from work and I don't feel like making shit.
Yeah.
At being 38%, 76 proof, this is perfect.
Excellent.
There's a lot of these things come at, at fucking 20% or 35%, or 35 proof, or, you know what I mean? And it's like, fuck it, why am I even wasting the calories? This actually has some oomph behind it.
Yeah, it's real honest to God proof. Like decent enough proof.
It's delicious.
All right,
I think it did a great job.
Excellent. What else do we always need to do, Mr.
Always
Brand?
remember to drink responsibly.
All right, let's have a good show, kids.
Good show.
Good. We start with the Manchester clubs. One was very opportunistic, while the other played an uncharacteristic match. Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1, Manchester City 1, Arsenal 1. So they're all lined up, ready to rock and roll. 5 minutes in, red card. Chelsea are down to 10 men.
Yeah. I know it's a little early to get into this, but you ever been with a girl that squirts and you didn't know she squirted and you panic? Mm-hmm. That's what Robert Sanchez did. I don't think he's ever played in that much wet.
Yeah, no.
Pretty much. That was like a slip and slide.
It was.
Except for his challenge was 4 feet off the ground.
I mean,
which was strange.
It's dead to rights, Red. Like, it's not even.
Oh, absolutely. Not even a question.
Yeah.
Look at the best thing was they showed the replay of what happened. And then they showed the camera from between the dugouts and Maresca just standing there in the pouring down rain. Mm-hmm. And you can see the blurred in the background of the incident. Kind of tiny because it's far away.
Yeah, of course.
And then you just see Maresca throw his hands up and turn around like this. And just rain just beating off his face. And it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Mm-hmm. Absolutely brilliant.
So
I loved everything about it.
So Sanchez makes a mess of everything. And then obviously we'll get to the goals and all that. But then Maresca decides to make a mess of everything and overcomplicate his subbing in the first half.
He panicked.
3 fucking subs in the first half, including taking your best player on your squad off the field.
Now, so this, I have a problem with this. I don't think Cole Palmer should have started.
Right.
If you're worried about the groin injury, which is what he kind of intimated afterwards,
right?
Why start him in a game that's pissing down with rain like that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Footing can't be great, right? Regardless of what kind of stud you have on. So why start him to begin with?
Mm-hmm.
And then this red card happens. You obviously have to make a change, right? We get it. Nobody wants to have to do it. Fine. But you take off within a couple of minutes of each other, if not at the same time. I can't remember exactly. But Cole Palmer and Pedro Neto.
He first took off Neto, then he took off someone else,
Esteval.
and then he took off fucking Palmer.
So it was 3 separate incidents,
Yeah.
right? 3 separate substitutions. So, but why would you sacrifice? That leaves João Pedro on an island by himself with nobody to run off of him.
Precisely.
So why would you do that? So not only did Robert Sanchez panic, the cameraman of said porno panicked, and the girl started squirting, and he went, I can't do this anymore. We need to change the sound guy. We need to change the videographer, and we also need to change the scriptwriter.
Yeah, we're changing it all.
We're changing everything. And now the entire bones of the attack is completely off.
Yeah, and they looked completely lost, and it was very easy. United didn't have to play well to get that lead.
No.
They played well enough to get that lead. They deserved that lead, but it was almost like Chelsea just handed it to them on a platter, and it wasn't even being down a man. It was just like, well, we don't know what we're doing today. What's this game called? I don't know what it is. And just kind of let them do whatever they wanted.
Yeah. Essentially, yes. You're absolutely right. But then Casemiro decides to do what he did. Scores the second goal. Well done. They're up 2-0. United are cruising. Just don't fuck it up. And I'm going to keep going with this analogy of the porno. Casemiro came the first time. Then he couldn't get it back up again, so he decided to take himself out.
Yeah.
With a really dumb foul. Get a second yellow and also get sent off just before halftime, I believe. I think it was in stoppage time.
It was second half. It was start of second half.
It was start of the second half. I thought it was in stoppage time of the first half. But
he...
Ridiculous. What a decision from such an experienced professional.
And the amount that commentators and everybody were falling all over themselves to be like, oh, that was a little harsh, wasn't it? Be like, don't give the referee a decision to fucking make.
Well, exactly. And that is exactly what I wrote about it. I said he doubled the advantage, but then turned from hero to villain after he was shown a second yellow just before halftime. In all honesty, I'm cool with it. A little soft, maybe. But you've been a pro for a fucking long time. Don't put yourself in that position. You cannot give these people a decision to make. Everyone for the last 4 to 5 years has been complaining about English refereeing in particular. You've played in this league now for 2.5 to 3 years.
You know what to expect.
You know what to expect. Don't give them a decision to make. Don't give them a reason to make it all about themselves.
I think we're missing out on the greater point, Sam, which is mid-table clubs don't get calls to go their way against big opposition. And Manchester United clearly is not a big club anymore.
They're a bottom half club.
Right.
Not even mid-table.
Chelsea is a Champions League club, and they look at the badge, and that's how they make their calls. And they realize, well, United really ain't that big, so we're going to go ahead and give that to Chelsea.
Well, and here's the thing with the panic substitutions, right? Because of this, you had nobody on the field to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Garnacho was the only sub you could then put into the game later, and he did fine. But it was like, if you had just left Neto on the pitch, like if you were gonna. If you hadn't started Palmer, if you had Palmer on the bench,
you could have brought him in. But the other piece to that is João Pedro was holding the ball up very, very well, but he had nobody to run off of him at all.
No one.
There was no one there to play off of him.
Yeah,
and that's where he hamstrung himself, Maresca.
Yeah.
That's where he hamstrung himself. It was one too many, teacher references in that video.
Way too much tinkering. Way too much tinkering, and got it completely wrong. Ultimately, can United use this as a springboard? Can this kickstart the season?
The way they celebrated the Burnley game, they used that as a springboard.
Will that dude get to cut his hair this season? Like, I mean.
No.
No, they ain't winning
He
5 in a
won't.
row.
No, they're not winning 5 in a row. Although I believe this is the first time in 2.5 years that they've won 2 in a row at Old Trafford. I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a bit of time.
And
Or
for
won 2 in a row, period. I can't remember what the stat exactly was, but it's not good.
for Chelsea, is the ownership going to be patient enough to realize that this is still a project? And while this team is very talented and will likely be a Champions League team, they're probably still another season away from being a champion contender, Chelsea.
Yes, I think Bowley recognizes that. I think he trusts Maresca. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Conversely, United found this out the other day. Amarim's contract only includes a payout for firing for the first 12 months.
Oh, really?
He got hired in November. Guess what we're coming up to?
They're going to wait till December and fire his ass.
They're going to wait till, I think it was November 11th he was hired. They're going to wait till November 12th or whatever the day was. They're going to wait till the day after.
So they don't have to pay him out.
It ain't going to be much better than this.
No, it's not.
And they celebrated, and I still would take umbrage with the fact that everybody was getting on Arsenal for celebrating so much the last 2 seasons when they won games. One of those being we beat Liverpool at home, and they're like, oh, they celebrated like they won the league and all this. We beat Liverpool at home.
Right.
Manchester United celebrated Bruno Fernandes smacking his chest against Burnley last week. All this kind of stuff and going nuts. And in this game, we beat 10 men.
Yeah.
You scored both your goals with 10
Right.
when they were down to 10 men.
Right, precisely.
So you didn't actually do anything. So what are you celebrating? Why is no one talking about that? Or is it just getting on because you're threatened by us? And that's the part that really pisses me off about this entire thing. So I'm going to celebrate very hard when he gets fired in November because they're not going on a run.
No. And that dude's hair is going to grow forever.
Yeah.
It's never going to get cut.
No.
Ever, never.
Because this job is too big for anybody now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. The stadium's falling apart. The players don't care. This manager doesn't give a fuck. The owners only care about making money, the primary owners.
Right.
And Jim Ratcliffe is too stupid to know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's the West Ham owners, but with more money.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
And a bigger commercial enterprise.
Yeah.
But he's just as daft. He's just as much of an idiot.
Agreed.
It's just not good, man.
No, not at all. Arteta with an interesting starting lineup again.
This annoys the crap out of me.
He's overthinking it, man.
Big time. I told you this before, right? Against Liverpool, I was disappointed to see that exact midfield start, right? Because I wanted the creativity. I wanted to see what we could do and go against them. However, I gave him a pass because it was away, right?
This was home.
Get the draw, right?
This was home.
At Anfield. Do that. Okay, I understand what you're trying to do, at least.
Yeah.
You hold it 0-0 for 65 minutes. You bring on the impact subs. Bang. We steal it 1-0. Problem is they stole it 1-0 because of a worldy free kick.
Right.
Should have been a 0-0 draw, that game.
Yeah, of course.
Should have been. He starts at home against a wounded City. He starts at home with the same very conservative midfield. Mikel Merino brings the game to a screeching fucking halt every time he gets the ball. He's not fast enough. He doesn't make decisions fast enough. He can't do it unless he's in the box. He's got a good goal-scoring prowess, but when you ask him to turn, when he's playing in a 365 environment, he's very conservative. He slows the game down. He's not fast enough. And it blew my fucking mind. We had everything this game. This was the lowest possession that a a Pep Guardiola side has ever conceded in his managerial career.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that in a moment into the second half. But another interesting move was not having Eza on, but going with Trossard. And I get Trossard has had a good week, right?
I don't mind Trossard playing at that point.
But Dude, Trossard's gone to the gray hair look, the silver hair look, which is the get me the fuck out of here haircut.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, if he's doing well off the bench, use him off the bench.
Yeah, but he warrants a start. I mean, he's put the shift in. He's done what he's supposed to be doing. And he does track okay, and he does, because he can play multiple positions. If you find yourself in a weird spot, as does tend to happen against City because the way they move the ball, he can play that position, right? If you look at very, very simple observation, right? I mean, if a defender, it's not apples to apples, but take my point.
Right.
If a defender following a corner finds himself at the edge of the box, right in the middle of the field with the ball at his feet, what does he normally do? Shit his pants.
Right.
You could put Trossard in 15 different spots on the field, and he'd be adequately gifted to deal with the situation he's in. He tracks back.
I felt like Eza needed to be on the pitch the entire match.
I don't disagree with you. Because
maybe that was in the midfield as the advanced role, and having Mourinho off and have it be Rice and Zubimendi, maybe that's what it should have been. But I felt like
Eza came on in that role.
Yeah, but Eza should have been on from the start.
I know, but what I'm saying is Eza came on in that role and thrived.
Yeah,
and came on in that role while Trossard was still on the field.
Now, it wasn't hard for him to thrive in that role because
because he is a number 10.
Well, I'm going to put out my soapbox now and get on it, because I am one of those teams that, remember, we were at one point coached by Sean Dyche, that that Pep Guardiola would regularly bitch about, right? You know, the genius, the man who created tiki-taka, right? This whole new way of playing football. A tactical genius.
But change the world. Grassroots teams now try to play a possession style football based on his style of football.
He
was a genius.
Bitch and moan when a team would play a low block and put 11 behind anti-football, and how terrible it was and how annoying it was. Please explain to me the following, Sam. Why the fuck did City play a low block the entire second half?
Well, they
God!
By the last 20 minutes, 18 minutes, around there, maybe 15 minutes, either way, they played a 5-5-0 formation. And the reason is, and I'll tell you this, it's because of last season. And this is everything I've heard from every pundit I listen to and every football podcast I listen to besides our own. I don't listen to ours because I was here. I know what I said. What he does, this is the moment, not what he does. This is the recognition that we aren't what we were. That's what it is. We are not the dominant force we were, so we have to be pragmatic. We have to try to see games out. They are better than us. That's what he's doing. That's what it was. And it almost worked. It almost worked.
50 minutes into the match, right? You're 5 minutes into the second half, and I'm seeing Erling Haaland running back and forth between the two midfielders 30 yards out from goal. I'm like, that is every fucking City player playing within their defensive end, like totally locking it up. Like, the thing you constantly would bitch about, that you hated that people would do to you, and you yourself are doing it. You are never, ever allowed again to cry like this next week when you play Burnley. And I can guarantee you what Burnley is going to fucking do against you. They're going to play low block, and they're going to put everybody in the back. Everybody in the back. And if it ends up being a 0-0 game or a 1-1 game, he'll bitch about the way they played fucking football. You just did it for an entire half. Shut the fuck up about it. You've lost your privileges to bitch about that style of play when you yourself played that.
Right.
And this match, particularly the second half, was 100% Arsenal. Arsenal was far and away the better team. And while a opportunistic and it felt like the ball kind of bounced the right way, whatever cliche you want to say, Martinelli's goal was fucking deserved. That draw was deserved. Frankly, City should be happy they escaped with a point.
I really like that it was a Donnarumma mistake.
Mm-hmm.
He rushed out way too fast.
Yep,
but it was an exquisite ball played by Eza.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking pass it was. And it was really an exceptional counterattack, right? It was that one little ball by Haaland when he was surrounded by 3 Arsenal players that found to Johnny Reinders.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only thing that got them a goal.
Right.
I mean, David Raya only had 2 saves. They only had 3 shots on target.
Yeah.
One of them happened to go in within the first 14 minutes or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was ridiculous. Was trying to find a stat from a page on Facebook, and I can't find it. This is a funny one. Doesn't mean anything. Manchester United have played Chelsea, City, and Arsenal this season, and are only 1 point behind Chelsea. But they've also played Burnley.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Yes.
There was something I saw that was very good, and it was Gabrielle Martinelli's girlfriend. He texted her and said, "I'm not going to start against City." And she said, essentially, I can't find it. She said, essentially, "Don't worry, you're going to come on in the second half against tired legs and get your goal."
Huh? He did.
And you'll see, or some shit to end it. And he did.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. It was a great finish. They said Guardiola was shutting the space down well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Donnarumma should have come out. But Martinelli kept his composure, took a great touch. The first touch was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Took him away from Guardiola and fucked Donnarumma where he was.
Yeah.
And then lifted it over him. And then this got shared, which was absolutely brilliant. And the caption, if you see his haircut there, the caption is Martinelli since this is Martinelli since Arsenal have signed Eza. Prime Ronaldo.
Yep, prime Ronaldo hair.
Just scoring fucking goals, mate.
Yep.
But it was, all in all, it was a good game. And I'd said in my halftime check-in that I did, because I'm a responsible podcaster, and follow the rules that we set forth, was
as I now check that Instagram regularly.
If we continued in this way that we did in the first half, we would find the equalizer and possibly go on to win the game. We had chances, right? First half was a bit shit, right? Yeah, Nani Madueke had pretty much the only legitimate chance, and Donnarumma gobbled it up. I mean, it wasn't,
Right.
But then you come in at second half, and Donnarumma had to make a few saves. He had to make a few saves. And then finally we get the goals. So, I mean, it kind of, I told you so, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Start of the season did have 3 major opponents. You had United.
That's the other piece to this, right? Is we've had Manchester United the opening day, we've had Liverpool already, and we've had City. For the next 4 months, it is much easier for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we do find ourselves 5 points back. But it took a Liverpool worldie to beat us at Anfield.
Right.
Right? I fancy our chances when they come to the Emirates. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I would like Arteta to start more ambitious. I would have liked him to start this game more ambitious. I think we could have been 2-0 up at halftime had he started the proper players, in my opinion. Yeah. So it gets loads easier for us for the next few weeks.
Yeah. It does.
For the next few months, honestly. I mean, what do we have? Chelsea at some point, obviously, before Christmas. And we'll have a North London derby. That's the top 6 done.
Yeah, pretty much.
We have 2 more games against them, and we sit in fucking, second or third on 10 points. Come on.
Graham. Top 5, remember. United, bottom half club.
Yep. Fair dues.
This weekend, we also had a couple of derbies, the Merseyside and the West London, but not the one that we all know. Liverpool 2, Everton 1, Fulham 3, Brentford 1. There are times where you can tell that this match was obviously executed on the field, but it was won in the manager's box. And Arne Slot, with his lineup right off the jump, realizing this is the Derby, we're in our building, Verts has been okay, but not great. Let me go with what works. You know what? Let me not go too crazy on the outside wings for defense. Let me make sure I've got a good
Frimpong on the bench as well. Yep.
Defensive lineup. Let me set a pragmatic team for this match, and it paid off perfectly. Where coincidentally, Moyes had the team running around like lunatics. You come to find out the reason why he had the team running around like lunatics because he was already screaming at the fucking referee before they even came out of the tunnel.
Yeah. So, conversely, let me compare this to Arsenal City real quick, right? In terms of Liverpool's setup. Now, obviously, I know you guys aren't on the level of Liverpool. I mean, they spent, what, $300 million this summer, $400 million this summer, something like that. So, that, obviously, context is important here. But you go with this ultra-conservative midfield in Arsenal, right? The conservative midfield for Everton, your most conservative midfielder is the one that gets the goal.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
And Liverpool started brightly. Yeah. But they needed that start because as this fixture tends to show, you all grew into the game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the second half was all Everton. Now, some of that, too, is because Liverpool was, hey, we got a 2-0 lead. Let's see this thing out. But
you all had chances, man.
Oh, yeah.
Including after Idrissa Guey's brilliant strike.
That was one thing I wanted to say about all three of the goals were all really
good goals.
Good
Yeah.
goals. Like that. It's really hard to be upset about that first one. You're like, you know what? If he takes that swing, I was at the Hoko Brew Hive and Brody had said this, and like, all the credit to him. It was like, he does that 100 times, he hits that twice.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
It was a really weird angle. I scored a similar goal to this at Soccer Dome years ago. Ball was played kind of, to 20-degree angle from my right shoulder.
Yep.
And as it was passing me, I just swung a boot at it and caught the upper 90.
Yep. What are you gonna do?
It happens occasionally. But the big deal is, and kind of my point in comparing is, like I said, Mikel Merino, that midfield recycles possession well, but that's all they do. They don't create anything. So you isolate those front three so much that those five back of City have a chance, right?
Right.
Where here you have everybody goes on little forays, right? Because basically you're playing on three number 8s, right? You've got McAllister,
Szoboszlai, and
Szoboszlai and Gravenberch.
Yeah.
All three of which can fucking hit the ball like you wouldn't believe.
Yep.
They have the technique. All three can put a tackle in. All three can mark a man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you go, all right, it's your turn.
Yeah. Then another.
You go. Then they recycle and another one goes. And then they find that hole.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. Where Arsenal's three, no one really goes forward for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're all sort of defensive minded. And it was like, so then them front three are just against 5 City defenders.
Right. What are they supposed to do?
Right. We're here. You've got that they can pick and choose their runs. Like, it's your turn, it's your turn, it's your turn. And then eventually, again, the with the way they recycle the ball, the Everton defense gets fucking 6s and 7s.
Yeah.
And they don't know which one's coming, don't know when they're coming, and then you have this brilliant run of the box, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And a great ball from Mo Salah, by the way.
Oh yeah. What are you gonna do? It was perfect.
And then he hit it early, obviously. I mean, nobody expected that.
And then the second goal, a good finish. Pickford could have done maybe better, but I don't think he was expecting
Ekitike's goal, you mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And it did come from a ball that Everton lost in the middle of the field.
I think it was savable.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you.
But it was still a good build-up and a good goal and a good pass, and it was in the right slot. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, you can't.
Saying that is a bit harsh on Jordan Pickford, to be fair.
I mean,
if he drank milk as a child and had a little bit longer of arms, it probably would have been fine.
But then you turn around and into the second half, you look at the goal that Everton scored with the ball from Grealish across to Njai, Ndiaye back to
Fantastic ball, by the
Idrissa
way.
Gueye.
And what a touch from Ndiaye to tee it up for him.
A brilliant fucking goal. And after that point, too, Everton had chances.
Now, Idrissa Gueye is old and tired.
Yeah.
He has a fantastic engine on him, and he did a lot of good work in this game.
Still played another fucking 90.
I know. It did a fantastic job, no problem. But he did have a warm-up for this shot in the first half.
Oh, yeah. And
And skied it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I mean, that was in Stanley Park, that first effort.
I don't...
But he caught this one clean, and Allison had no chance.
Yeah. So I don't want to overly bitch about the officiating, right? Because really, ultimately, this wasn't a very turgent Merseyside. Like,
No, that can be sometimes this game.
It was physical, but it wasn't out of control.
Yeah, fair dues.
So,
I agree with that.
But I do find it interesting that he at one point looks over to the coach's box and does this. He pinches his fingers like you're talking at Moyes and goes, cut it off. Like, dude, you're a motherfucking center official. Like,
yeah, but then you go back to the pre-match where he had to go at him in the tunnel for some reason.
Which I still haven't heard what it was he went at him about. But then you turn around and you then give a yellow card to Kieran Dewsbury Hall for taking a kick too quickly.
Oh, speaking of weird yellows.
Yeah, like...
Yes, we forgot to bring this up during Arsenal. What, Trossard and Bernardo Silva?
Yeah.
He was already on a yellow, and it was his throw-in.
Yeah.
And he threw the ball at Leandro Trossard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Trossard stood up and hit him in the nuts with the ball.
Yeah.
They could have both been set off.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And probably should have been.
I'm
ridiculous. But you're absolutely right about this as well. It's so strange.
He put the ball down. He kicked it. Like, Everton.
He said Grealish was injured was the thing.
Everton.
That was the explanation I heard was Grealish was down injured and he had already said stop play.
Everton had scored on a fast free kick against Liverpool last season in the Merseyside Derby. So of course you're going to go to that well again. Also, apparently the referee had said it was multiple times he had said that they needed to stop, so that he was trying to stop them from playing quick the entire time. And then Grealish got his yellow at the end of the match because he was just like, mate, we hand out yellow cards for guys taking a kick too quickly now? Like, that's what we fucking do?
Grealish kind of went off on him. I would love to know. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall as to what David Moyes was remonstrating with the official about before the game.
Yeah.
But obviously there's a giant trope of Liverpool getting beneficial decisions from Pugmole.
Oh, you mean like only 3 minutes added to a match that had a goal in the second half and both teams used all 5 of their subs and only 3 minutes got added to a match when we've already seen 7, 10, 11 minutes added to matches?
I mean, industry standard is 30 seconds a sub, right? Of which there were 10.
Yeah.
So it's 5. What's that? 5 minutes. And then a goal typically gets 45 seconds to a minute added, depending on the celebration.
Should have been 5. At least it should have been 5. Like a minimum 5 minutes.
So, but they are. Liverpool are noted for getting exceptional decisions from referees, right? From the old Pugmole.
Right.
So the question then begs, why would David Moyes, and we are going to continue to call him David Moyes because even though he's from Glasgow, because of the way in which he fucking does his job, and it's brilliant. I love it.
Fucking great.
Fucking David Moiseola. Why would he remonstrate with the referee prior to the game? I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in the tunnel.
I got to assume that the referee said something that Moyes took out of turn.
Yeah, but why? You know it's going to go in their favor.
Right.
You're at Anfield. I mean, this is...
maybe he just didn't want to hear it before the match started.
We started watching footy a long time ago, right? You have Fergie time.
Yeah, of course.
At Old Trafford. Remember, you had all these different things that Manchester United got that annoyed the fuck out of all of us all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Why at Anfield when this is the trope for the last, 4 years... Why would you choose to piss off the people that make those decisions prior to the game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just even if he'd said, "I'd like to fuck your mom," wouldn't you go, "Yeah, all right, cool. Cheers." Why would you start the fight with him before the game?
If I was going to just kind of make my own wild thought process, he probably said something along the lines of, "Well, let's make sure you're not slowing down the game or making it rough or whatever." And Moyes probably just went, "Mate, we're not even on the fucking field
Did you
yet.
tell them the same thing?
Let us get on the fucking field before. Like, I already know you're not going to call the game right, but fuck, man, at least let us get on the fucking field."
Fair enough.
Can we get on the pitch before you start?
Before you start your shit, yeah.
Because the way he was saying it, the other funny bit of it was Van Dijk standing there laughing.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
laughing
I
his
saw that
fucking
too.
ass off. So clearly he's saying something. Van Dijk's kind of going, "Hey," probably has a little bit of a point there.
To be honest with you, I'm very surprised he didn't get involved because we know the Dutch.
A literal people.
People.
All right. Well, not surprised. It was at Anfield. I told you.
And it was a good fucking performance, honestly.
It made a good account of ourselves.
Yeah.
If we can do that against all the big five, because, one's mid-table now.
Not even yet.
Yeah. If we can do that against the other big five teams and do that on the road against tougher opponents, we're gonna be fine. This team,
You're gonna be fine anyway.
This team feels to me like a 9th, 10th place team.
Yeah,
Like they've got all the pieces.
You're
so.
gonna be fine.
And we're, except for that beautiful, beautiful eyebrow, we just don't win at Anfield. That's all there is to it. So here you go. Cheers. Let me throw this fucker back.
While you do that, that was Moyes' 23rd not-and-win at Anfield in his entire career. That includes Manchester United, by the way.
Yep.
And Sunderland and West Ham.
Yep.
But I do want to bring up an important date before we move on.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that you all play West Ham next.
Yes, we do, on Monday.
And I think you win it. And I think Moyes could see off the new boy that replaced the old boy. That replaced the boy that wasn't there for very long.
Yeah. The dude that played another dude.
Yeah.
Moving on. The West London Derby, we've always known as being Chelsea and Fulham. But Brentford and Fulham, because
this was the game that fucked me this weekend.
They've played a lot in the championship against each other, and there's not much love between the two sides. Here's what I found interesting: is typically Brentford puts up a pretty good showing in these. This from the get-go was Fulham was all the fuck over them, and if it wasn't for the mistake that they made playing out of the back, Brentford wouldn't have scored one.
I don't know about that. Leno made a couple good saves. The first save of the game, though, won't be counted as a save because it was ultimately ruled offside. Mm-hmm. But Leno did save it with his dick.
He did.
Always a point to make. But Fulham, yeah, absolutely. They started with the bit between their teeth. But again, I'm not sure. Fulham's second goal. I don't know if you saw when the cameras panned to Marco Silva's face. He looks like a man under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
The release that he let off, the anger with which he celebrated, you could see just the fucking I needed this kind of thing.
It might also help that those two goals were a minute apart.
Well, yeah, but it was just like the vitriol on his face was just like a man that needed that. It's like you released the pressure cooker.
Yeah. I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, first blood went to Brentford on a counterattack. That was, the fuck up actually. It was the fuck up.
The pass out of the back that fucked it up for him.
But it was Mikel Damsgaard with the finish. But Fulham just responded to it.
Yep.
Just in full blood and verve and everything.
Iwobi with
to
the
that
goal,
play.
and Iwobi with the assist for the second goal.
And they were a minute and a half apart, like you said. But it was Iwobi with a fantastic strike, and then essentially straight from the kickoff.
Yeah, the own goal in the start of the second half.
Yeah, and it was brilliant
And
from Fulham, and this is what fucked me because I thought,
gonna be a
especially
draw.
when Brentford scored first, I was like, I'm fucking gold here.
Yep,
this
and
is
it's gonna be a
great.
draw. It's gonna be a draw.
But Fulham looked like Prime City all of a sudden.
Yep.
3 years ago, 4 years ago, City out of nowhere, and they just dominated the rest of the game. Bert Leonard had what, 2 more saves to make the whole match?
I didn't see enough in the VAR replay to take away that 4th goal. I felt that was a goal.
What?
The Munoz.
Oh
turn.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
because Sam, remember it's Liverpool, and it was Henderson and Kelleher. So you can't let you know how it is.
Is that how far we're going now?
Liverpool, you never walk alone.
Is that how we're doing it? Yeah. All right. I think Queven Kelleher may have been saved by Liverpool's defense. I think he's a good shot stopper. Mm-hmm. But I think we all held him up on a pedestal, potentially, because Liverpool's defense was so good.
Yeah, well, and the Bees is not.
Well, and conversely, look at Liverpool, right? Mm-hmm. Alisson, we all lauded as a great goalkeeper, probably the best in the world at the moment, right? Even though today, Donnarumma was given the goalkeeper of the year. But I think Alisson, when you see Liverpool's defense fuck up a lot, Alisson bails them out. Mm-hmm. Kelleher only had to do that twice a game. Alisson's had to do that more than Kelleher did when he had to cover for him already
precisely.
this season.
Precisely.
Already this season. So I think we all may have been kind of hoodwinked by Queefin.
I feel
or at least
like
he's queefing now.
I personally feel like too many people are giving Brentford a little too much credit because of their standing so far in the league.
We're both going to keep doubling down on our respective points for the next few weeks, I think.
Because for me, this team gives me all the vibes that, like, when West Ham went down did. This team gives me the vibes of when Leicester went down both times. Like, even
Not
though
the last time.
They're outside of the drop right now, but I feel like the minute they're there, and they will get there, that they won't be able to pull themselves back out. I don't believe in what this team is doing, and that's to say nothing against the club as a whole, because what they have done is very magical. I feel like they are starting to punch above their weight, and I feel like this season is going to catch up to them. Also, namely because the teams that came up have got a lot more fight in them and are much better prepared for this Premier League than the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, okay. That's probably fair. The only other thing I'd say about this is Pinnock's own goal was really weird.
Yeah, it was. It was very weird.
That's not one you'd like to give up, that one.
No.
You could see him try to hit it. You could see him miss it. You could see it hit his shoulder. You could see him turn and look at it, and then you could see him in agony.
Just like, fuck.
That sucks.
Yeah, it really, really does. Really does. Rounding out the rest of the league in so that happened. Brighton 2, Spurs 2, Burnley 1, Forest 1, Palace 2, West Ham 1, Leeds 3, Wolves 1, Bournemouth 0, Newcastle 0, Villa 1, Sunderland 1. You want to say, okay, the Seagulls are playing really well against teams that are bigger clubs that are better than them, but they yet again at home gave away a late lead.
Yeah, I know.
Like, so great. You got 2 points off of 1 point off of Spurs. Great. But it also should have been 3. Figure out a way to see that fucking game out. Get 3. Like,
especially when you've got the lead inside of 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Right.
you coup him into put Brighton on top. Very marginal offside call. Not even sure that the the semi-automated was able to pick it up.
Yeah.
Right? And I think they might have had to override it, just say there's not enough evidence here to overturn the goal. But it goes into Seagull's favor ultimately. And then they go 2-0 up with a Yari. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. And you think, fuck, they're cruising. And I'm rubbing my hands together.
Yeah.
I'm watching this game going, this is fucking yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
But then Richarlison happens, and this is where he started the Champions League game, Richarlison, and now he started 3 out of the 4 in the Premier League, right? Or 3 out of the 5 in the Premier League. I think Thomas Frank likes him. I told you this. I think he likes him.
I'm starting to wonder that too, because even if Solanke's healthy, you're going to have to play him. And until he goes cold, you're going to have to play Richarlison because, frankly, he's the only one really producing offensively for you. Like, there's a few players who've had a goal here, a goal there, but like he's the only one that is consistent.
And this particular finish was composed. It was calm. And he found the back of the net. It's like, what you worried about?
Yeah.
Like, this was something that Wisa would have done.
Yeah.
I compared him to Wisa early on.
Yeah.
This is something I think is a carbon copy of something Wisa would have done. Mm-hmm. And I think he's there. I think he might be the main man.
Yeah.
I think you might see Solanke be a fucking impact sub.
Yeah,
When he finally gets fit.
Yeah, and unless Solanke starts being that impact sub and starts scoring every fucking time he's off the bench, and Richarlison's not, I think you have to play Richarlison.
Yeah, I also think here he's still not sure of his best 11. Because you had Xavi Simons, obviously didn't have a full preseason, right? Because he signed like close to deadline day, if not on deadline day. But
he needs to start. He needs to.
Yeah, but I don't know his full fit. I don't know what his fitness levels are.
When he's ready to start, he needs to be starting.
Yeah. So, but you see Brennan Johnson sometimes. You see Xavi Simons sometimes. You see, and them using this formation. I think Xavi Simons is better in the middle of the field. I think he's the number 10.
I agree.
And Thomas Frank showed with Brentford, right over his career with Brentford, that he's able to change the formation to suit the players he has. I think this 4-3-3 they've been playing, or this 3-4-3 they've been playing, I think it's more or less Tottenham waited to do their business so long. Mm-hmm. Not everyone's fully fit, and he's not exactly sure the pieces to where they plug in on a consistent basis because they may be a bit tired or pick up a knock or whatever. I think in 2 months' time, right, after they've got Champions League, they've got obviously a few training sessions, they've got Premier League at the weekends, they've got League Cup games here and there. I think you're going to see them settle into a 14 to 16 group of players, and that's all you see. Mm-hmm. And you're going to see them be a lot more coherent.
Yeah, agree.
Because we had the weird game against Bournemouth, they lost, right? And then you turn around with this, and it's a draw. Granted, it's away from home at the Amex. Not traditionally a place they've done very well. But I think you're going to see them settle into a team. And Xavi Simons, like I said, came off the bench in this one, didn't start. So I think you'll see them settle into that 11 and then be much more consistent.
Chelsea needs to be careful because this team could easily be 4th place and Chelsea could be in 5th.
100%.
Absolutely 100%. Could happen. This team is...
Not wrong.
This team is going to be good. They are going to be very good, and I think they got the right coach, and I think they finally got the right people. They're going to be good. They're going to be real fucking good. And as the season goes on, they're going to be really fucking tough to play. Big point for the Clarets, man. Now, it helps that...
Which Clarets?
Remember,
there's 3.
Yeah, but we're going down the show order, and you know where we're going. So, Big Ange and Forrest players are not on the same page at all, and it shows, and that's going to obviously take time. And as I've already said, Ange is a good coach. Forrest is a good team. This is going to be a top 10 team. When it all goes wrong, which I think will be next year, it will go horrifically wrong. But all that being said, Burnley has been getting kicked in the teeth. They've had a tough start to the season. They've been in every fucking match. Like, they've been in it. And then it's like, it's the penalties, or it's just these little tiny things that they lose it on. And to get out with the point, that's big for them. It lets those players know we're doing the right thing. Keep fucking pushing, keep hustling, keep doing the hard work. We're going to play teams that are in and around it with us, and we're going to feel like we can beat them.
I think the manner of the Burnley goal may dissipate some of their feelings about it. Mm-hmm. Zinchenko overran the ball.
Yep.
He had to deal with it. It was on target.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But he just couldn't deal with it because he overran it so much, and his momentum prevented him from doing so, and it ends up being an own goal.
Right.
Which I think it was on target. I think it's harsh to charge him with an own goal because that's normally the standard.
Agreed.
Is if it's on target, it's the player that shot its goal anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
So I think it's a bit harsh on Zinchenko, but it was his mistake because he should have cleared it. He should have dealt with it.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. What I think, Ange, the way he appeared to me at the end of the match was how I thought that he would look. I think just his facial expression after the first goal. It was such a fucking thunderbolt that it probably started a wildfire in Australia. And he looked more confused at the end of the game than he did after it happened.
Yes, he did.
But Nico Williams, I mean, what a hit.
Yeah, it was a great hit.
What a hit. It's going to take time, obviously. He started at a weird moment. There's a lot of players on international duty, a lot of which had to travel very, very fucking far when he started. And he only really had 4 days to work with the players prior to his first game. And, again, a majority of them weren't even back from international duty yet. So his ideas, he does a lot to invite pressure on himself. He does a lot to say dumb things like, they're going to understand on Wednesday what my plans are. And then they go out in the League Cup or whatever it was, or need penalties to survive it, or what.
No,
I don't
they
even
went
remember
out.
what it was.
They went out. They lost to Swans 3-2.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And stoppage time, 2 goals.
Yep.
That's right. But it's one of those situations where it's like, why are you inviting that pressure? Why say that?
Right.
You're like, no, they'll get it. They're a good group of players. They'll get it, soon. Why'd you put a date on it?
Yeah. Don't
You know
put
what
a
I
date
mean?
on it.
Why'd you do that?
Don't put a date on it.
So they'll come good, I think. I don't think they'll be as good as they were, obviously. I think that you're probably looking at a 7 to 11th, I think is probably my best guess.
Talent alone tells me they're a top half of the half team, but just this thing will eventually blow up and go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And it's only a matter of time.
It was 4 days in. He's already had a muscle injury.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll see.
Is it me, or does it feel like, looking at Palace and West Ham, that we're normally used to this story being flip-flopped, right? That it's West Ham kind of professionally going about their business, winning a few, losing a few, doing what they're supposed to do. And it's Palace that's off to a really shitty start and looking like they're in trouble. And yet it's completely switched this time.
Bro, 2 teams played a professional football match in the English Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
This game was not exciting.
No.
45 minutes of absolute shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second half happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit of a better watch, but still, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, 5'9" Jared Bowen gets a header.
Mm-hmm.
That's all on Palace's back line. And then really the only thing that saved it was Tyreek Mitchell's volley with his wrong foot.
I mean, is that
because a Mateta header. Well done. Okay, you're supposed to do that.
Is that something that West Ham could take away? Is at least their top guy finally is on the fucking score sheet?
No. No. Graham Potter's going to be the first manager fired.
I agree. That's who I wrote.
Unless he makes it to November 12th. And then it's going to be Ruben Amorim.
Both of us have written it. That's who it's going to be. It's
I mean, Vita Pereira has a strong argument who we're going to come on to. 0 out of 5, obviously. But the team looks like shit.
Mm-hmm.
The team looks like shit. Yeah. The sad part for us, for our show, for our jokes, is Jose Mourinho's already taken the Benfica job.
Yeah. What a shame.
Because he could have been West Ham manager.
That would have been the best.
It would have helped a lot.
Didn't bring to the game not just the basics of football, I believe the basics of life.
And part of those basics of life is patience, Jose.
Yeah,
and now
exactly.
you fucked up.
Yeah, we could have seen you back in the Prem again. It would have been beautiful.
Fantastic. But we couldn't deal with it. But Jared Bowen, a.k.a. West Ham's Bruno Fernandes, the guy that has to do fucking everything around there, including book the travel and hotels, including book the luncheon for the meetings and the tape watching and all that kind of stuff, including turning on the jacuzzi in the training ground every day. Jared Bowen does everything around that place, and he bailed him out again to begin with, and then his team let him down again.
Yep, exactly.
It's just... He needs him. I know he's Mr. West Ham. I know he's married to Danny Dyer's daughter. I know he's Mr. West Ham as well. They got to get him some help.
Yeah.
Or sell him on. He's got to go. And if it means that your family can't go overseas, go play for Ajax.
Yeah.
His style suits the Dutch league. Mm-hmm. Go play for Leipzig.
Yeah. Go. Yeah, you'll do.
Get the fuck out of there. They're hamstringing him
because West Ham's
he's not able to express himself.
West Ham's an absolute mess, and
it's a shit show.
And if it wasn't for the fact that Wolves were doing what Wolves are doing currently, I would feel even more scared for West Ham.
That's what I mean. That's Vitor Pereira. You know what's weird about this? Actually, no. Now that you say that, it has to be Graham Potter.
Yeah.
But 10 days ago, Vitor Pereira penned another deal.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. He penned a deal.
Right? So did Strand Larson after signing a contract in the summer to keep Newcastle away.
Yep.
Strand Larson signed another contract 2 months later.
Yep.
What are they doing at Wolves?
Well, it's the ownership that's just trying to nickel and dime everything.
It's fucking weird.
Now, for Leeds, because I'm going to talk more about Wolves here, but for Leeds, that's exactly what you needed. You went to their building, a team that you're going to try to finish above of in the league, and you punched him in the fucking mouth. The new striker scored a goal for you. You had 3 different goal scorers. This thing was over by halftime. Like, this was exactly what Leeds needed, especially considering the way they lost the week before. You know? Like, they needed that. And it was dominant. Absolutely dominant.
But they were also quite efficient. Mm-hmm. They were they only had 4 shots on target, but they scored on 3 of them. Which is a very big deal. The very brilliantly named Ladislav Krejci. Mm-hmm. Ladislav, come on. Mm-hmm. My lad.
Yeah, I know.
Well done. Very calm think over the goalkeeper. Actually had a little bit of a decent footballing move there as well. But they DCL getting a goal is huge. Mm-hmm. Because we remember his debut in the League Cup, how horrific that was.
It was missed 3 balls inside the 6 and missed a penalty. Like, did not go well.
Debut. For him to turn around and go, because like, everybody on that team will know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. He played for England.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to know, they're going to be looking at him going, you're our best chance of staying in.
Yeah.
They're going to see that game in the League Cup and go, fuck me.
We're done.
Right?
Yeah.
We're fucked.
They need him scoring.
And it wasn't an easy chance either. I mean, it was a good header.
Yeah.
He had to do some work there. Is the point.
Well, he did. It shows what he does and what he does particularly well, too.
But you see the team lift after that, right?
Yep.
You see the team go, okay, yeah, we got something about us now.
Yep.
We can do this kind of thing. And that's where I think they went on the rest of the game.
Real quick on Wolves, because I want to wrap this up because we're already over an hour and we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But
the next game.
For Wolves,
simple.
Yeah, the next 2 are very simple. For Wolves, the wrong players are playing poorly right now.
Yeah,
like
fair dues.
The center back that they got in January has had a shit start to the year. One of the two midfielders. It's not Andres Gomez. The other one. Not doing well. Like
Haven't paid attention to them. They're 0-5.
And Strand Larson is hurt, and it's like
Good thing he signed that contract.
the players they need to do well aren't doing well, and they were already hamstrung as it was. I think there's other managers that'll get fired before Pereira, but who are you going to bring in that's going to fix that? Like, I feel like if you fire Pereira and bring in another manager, you're going to be firing that manager, and then you're going to be your third manager. And what does third manager mean?
That's relegation.
Means you're fucking going down.
Unless you're Chelsea.
Bournemouth and Newcastle played a professional match in the English Premier League. It's very simple. Eddie Howe can just not beat the Cherries. He can't beat his former club for some reason. And Newcastle, even though they got the goal last week from the new signing, like, they're having a hell of a time scoring goals right now, man. And it's very easy to say that Isak, he was a
well, they signed Weiss, who's hurt.
Right. They just seem like they got to be putting some balls in the fucking net, man. They are not scoring. Like, they're playing great defense. Their midfield's good. They got to start scoring some fucking goals, dude.
Absolutely. They signed Weiss, who's hurt, who's injured.
Yep.
When he comes back, I think that might be solved. Because the homeless bloke that lives in his van isn't doing very well so far.
He scored a goal already.
One, yeah. 5 games, yeah. Here's the
2 games, dude. That was his first game when he scored last week. He's only been
fair dues. Except for the Champions League game, which he didn't score in. I'm going to read you exactly what I wrote, and then I have a caveat. The Eddie Howe Derby, as underwhelming as that sounds, delivered on being quite underwhelming. Just 3 shots on target between the two teams, 2 of which happened in the first 12 minutes.
Yeah, that was it.
You had 78 minutes of fuck all.
Well, add your caveat because we've already said too much about this match.
My caveat to this game is it is a point gained for Bournemouth.
Yeah.
It's another point on the board.
Yep.
A team we were worried about because they sold 3 of their 4 defenders. Well, 4 of their 5 defenders if you count the goalkeeper. And they're sitting in second, third, something like that, with 8, 9 points, something.
Cruising right the fuck along.
It's a big deal for them. That's a fantastic point for them at home against a bigger club with bigger ambitions. And Iraola does it again, you know.
Villa finally score. Villa finally fucking score a goal.
Just look at me like I scared you. I've been here the whole time.
There was a pause, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I had to hit a button, and then I was like, "Oh no, it's my team."
Villa finally scored.
They scored a goal.
Well, they realized in a world of constantly trying to put it on credit, sometimes you just need cash, baby. You just need cash.
That's it. Except for they let the 10-man Black Cats back into it.
It's just yeah. That's really. Sunderland's going to be great at home, which is good because they're going to need that. Those kind of things are what's going to get you over the finish line and keep you in the Prem.
Absolutely. Isidore was phenomenal in the entire game. He's the one that gets a goal, obviously.
Absolutely.
And Roofs was phenomenal. Roofs so far has been better than Darlow, been better than a fair few keepers in the league, if you ask me.
Agreed. And
Roof's been awesome.
And
the roof is on fire.
He probably should have had Cash's goal. That he mishit it. I mean, they had that little curve to it. It was a great rip, but he couldn't.
I expected you to be a bit more in the goalkeeper's union on that.
No, I think he could have done better. But also, hard to blame him for the one.
He made 4 or 5 great saves.
He makes great saves every fucking game for him. Yeah. Oh, no. He made one mistake.
Bro, this is like that time Gary Neville was like, a goalkeeper should save every shot they face. What are you talking about? You're Gary Neville in this scenario. Yeah, exactly. Is what I'm saying.
Exactly. So, for Villa, though, it's a point. It's a goal. That's something you start to build on. You know, you got Europa coming up this next week. It's just... just start to build the momentum. The one thing that worries me about them is Watkins is off to an epically poor start. Like I think
he wanted the Arsenal move, and I think he's disappointed he didn't get it.
There was one that he ultimately was called offsides for, but it was a header inside the box that he headed directly into the chest of the keeper. And it's like, even if you're offside, like, mate, put that one in the back of the net. Like, you just don't.
It's a psychological advantage.
Yeah. You just
when you do something like that.
Something's not clicking right now,
because that goalkeeper's also trying hard at that moment. He didn't hear that whistle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just not good. Not good at all. And,
it's not like you heard the whistle and caught the ball. Yeah. You were also trying.
Yeah, exactly.
And you gave that goalkeeper a psychological advantage over you.
Yeah. So now it's
what do you think about your team's start? Seriously. I mean, obviously it's not great, right?
But it's not great. It's very disheartening and disappointing. And
there are really good signs.
I don't feel enthusiastic at all about anything.
I mean, you'll be fine.
I'm sure
you'll be comfortably mid-table.
Comfortably 10th.
You'll figure it out.
Right, but if you're comfortably mid-table and
that's no European football, that's a PSR violation. Probably
you have to sell more people.
Other issues.
We need to get our shit together soon.
I like to see Jadon Sancho start the next game and really go for something.
Good. The good news is it's Emery, so you don't have to worry about it. They're going to win Europa somehow.
Fair dude.
Sure money.
Although you'll have to be careful of Ange, who's back in the Europa League after.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Come on. He most recently won it. That's all he's good at. Tottenham, remember, set a record for the most losses without being relegated.
Yeah, but that's it's Ange. Year one, he didn't do fuck all. It's year two when he wins.
Except with Celtic, which he made a reminder about during his initial press conference.
Ah, very good. Very good.
Come on, mates.
All right. Oh, by the way, I've gotten my odds wrong. The odds of the 1191 that was two first halves.
Yes.
So it would have been plus 191, not 1191. So if I had hit it, I would have done the right total and everything, and I would have.
But you didn't.
Right. Well, that's because you couldn't score a fucking game winner. What the fuck?
So we're both minus. I mean,
you couldn't.
400.
What the hell? You couldn't break down the vaunted Pep low block. What the fuck?
We're both minus 400 is
Yes,
what
we
that
are.
boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't won a game this week, this season rather. So I've already said what I have to say about my own, because Fulham fucked up. Push Sam's button, Mel.
Big Sam's Lock of the Week.
That's about how many times it works. Because of
That's the funniest bit of the whole show, to be honest.
slow block.
Write that down as a show title. That's about how many times that works.
So I am going with Bournemouth to win at Leeds. I know that won't be easy, but I think Bournemouth's playing very, very well, and they're just a better team than Leeds is. And I got Villa getting their first win of the year at home over Fulham. I think that was a big emotional drain for Fulham, that match, and going to Villa Park isn't easy. And with that, if both those teams win, Bournemouth and Villa, plus 463.
And honestly, once you get that first goal, once you finally break that duck, things tend to start flowing in.
Yeah. Yep.
When Villa are a good team. Nobody's saying Villa's not a good team. They've had a tough start, right? Now that they've broke that duck, I think you see the floodgates go.
Yeah. I think they'll be all right. I very much think they'll be all right.
I don't necessarily disagree with that at all. I've got a 1, 2, 3,
9-way
4, 5,
parlay.
6. And if I win it, I'm only going to be up 381 because this is plus 781.
Heard. Go for it.
And I'm down 400 to begin with. I've got City and over 2.5 versus Burnley. My mentality here is City are pragmatic against the big boys, and they're going to do what they did to Wolves and blitz them because Burnley aren't very good.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
City and over 2.5. That's the only same game parlay I have here.
Okay, everything else?
I'm going to add everything else. Chelsea and Brighton, both teams to score.
That's fair.
Yep. Palace versus Liverpool because of Palace's defense. And, to be honest, Liverpool's defense. Under 3.5 in the game.
Okay.
Didn't choose a winner. Just under 3.5.
Okay, that's fair.
Tottenham to beat Wolves because Wolves are Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
And then Everton to beat West Ham because West Ham are West Ham.
It's not a bad shout. That's a pretty good bet.
Plus 781.
Very good. Very good. Well, all right. That is going to wrap it up, boys and girls. Mr. Graham, any parting words?
I didn't really, besides David Moyes yelling at the officials before the match even started, didn't see any cunts.
He knew what he did. He needed to be yelled at. Sometimes the ferryman got a ferryman, and you just need to
Listen.
You need to say, sorry, sir, and be done with it.
Fuck off, mate.
All right, everybody. Next up is going to
I might start
be
betting on the championship, to be honest.
DU does EFL,
Premier League
where
thing
we're
ain't
going to
working
talk
out
about
for
the
me.
rest of English football. And then after that will be injury time, where we talk about the upcoming weekend's action, along with checking in on our adopted club and our fantasy team and the beers that we've been drinking. Should you want to support this show, Mr. Graham, how do you go about doing it?
Very easy. It's patreon.com/DFootball show. Just sign up to that $5 tier. And you'll get all of our extra shows, which we do a shit ton of extra shows, which is great.
We do.
It's for you.
All right, everybody. Till next week.
It's huge. Good night.